Hi, and welcome to the CDA Institute's Expert Series. I'm your host, Josh Malm, and today we'll be speaking with Andrew Chubb. Andrew researches the relationships between Chinese public opinion and PRC foreign policy and its implications for international politics in East Asia. We discussed Indo-Pacific strategy and China's conduct in the South and East China Seas. Can you tell me how a regional security or defense alliance in the Indo-Pacific between the US, Canada, and other allies such as Japan, how would that impact China's behavior in the region?
I think the PRC system would very easily just sort of rationalize any kind of alliance of Western democracies plus Japan, the sort of old enemy in the region. Any kind of alliance formed from those countries would be very easily rationalized by the PRC system as being just the result of those countries' ill-intentioned plans to try to contain China and nothing to do with its own behaviors or policies. The logic is the same as the way our own US-aligned liberal democracies are often able to rationalize Islamist terrorism as having nothing to do with Western foreign policies in the Middle East. The difference is really that in the West, of course, it's subject to much more kind of contestation in a liberal system, but the logic is the same. You can sort of explain away the development as a result, as being a result of some fundamental characteristic of your adversary. So I think the PRC system is very adept at doing that. The sort of dialectical mode of analysis that comes from the Marxist-Leninist software that the PRC still operates on really lends itself to that lens. Unfavorable developments are a result of enemy forces basically conspiring, which is always happening and always to be expected in that framework. So the challenge with that kind of statecraft, the sort of alliance building or pushing back against the PRC's policies, is really to sort of make something happen that the PRC isn't able to just sort of instantly rationalize. It's in some senses about getting attention from the top leadership in China, because otherwise the system's just going to do its thing and kind of explain it away as being ill-intentioned containment that's going to happen anyway. I think ASEAN is really crucial here. Closer ties with ASEAN. It's mainly in the non-military space, although there is military cooperation with some ASEAN members, including Indonesia. Of course, the Philippines has a treaty alliance, but Indonesia, I think the developments there, the PRC probably pays more attention to, since Indonesia has often sort of tried to position itself as quite an honest broker in the South China Sea dispute. It's sort of offered itself as being the venue for a lot of the discussions, the multilateral meetings and the talk shops and the like. And Indonesia has, of course, faced similar kinds of encroachments on its maritime spaces from the PRC in recent years, as other countries have. So there may be opportunity there to sort of increase cooperation with Indonesia in the military space or the maritime administrative space. But I think engagement with ASEAN has got to be, it's primarily on the diplomatic level. So China, and there's real opportunities here. China sees ASEAN as a kind of barometer of regional opinion. That is sort of the opinions of regional states. It's kind of precisely because it has that sclerotic kind of lowest common denominator type of process by which everything that ASEAN says is a matter of consensus. Everybody agrees to it. So my argument has really been for a while that if the Western liberal democracies want to have an impact on China's policy, the best bet is really by trying to align as closely and conspicuously as possible with that ASEAN consensus. That's how to show China that they're really, that they've gone too far and that they're losing the region. They're potentially going to end up isolated.